Dummy Switch Pod. The boys are back. How are you,
Yes,
Chris?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know. I'm comfortable. Quarters. I'm comfortable where I'm sitting. How's it
Yeah,
going?
it's a comfortable win. Comfortable win. I'm good myself. I feel vindicated. I feel correct. I feel correct. That's all I have to say. That's how I'm feeling. But yeah, just to get to church announcements. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to us there as well as watching the YouTube. And yeah, the Dan Carters of podcasting. We were both right last week.
Yeah, we're back, and thank you for the following, and the support. We appreciate that. Must just add that in there. Appreciate the interactions, But yeah, let's get into it, quarters. Let's get into it.
You know what the thing
Moneyball. Let's
is?
start there.
You know, you know what the thing is? A lot of the time we get said, arrogant South Africans. I know last week I was the one that was slamming the Scotland team, saying they weren't going to be a threat to us. But the thing is, number one, we are supporters of our team, so we
Of
are going to
course.
back our boys. I think as a
Yes.
South African public, we feel we have a chance against anyone. It doesn't matter who we're playing, we feel like we have a chance.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like it's arrogance. I feel like we're supporting the team. And I mean, even if it is arrogance, we're world champions, we're defending world champions. There
At the same
should
time.
be a sprinkle. There should be a
Yeah.
sprinkle of at least confidence in the result that we're gonna get. And on the opposite side, I'm sure if you listen to Scottish podcasts, they were like, no, we're in with a chance. They thought they were
Yes.
also gonna win.
Yeah, they thought they were in with the chance, And I mean, definitely so. And we're going to continue to support our boys, especially when it's when we're in World Cup time, tournament time. It's the siege mentality. It's us against them, And yes, arrogance or not, fact of the matter is, world champions. We've got I've been saying the riches of Africa, So that's the thing, At the end of the day, everybody is always about what are the Boks doing next. They always, what are they doing? What are they doing?
I mean,
What are
even
they going to do
Rusty, you saw
next?
the lights.
Yeah,
The lights, they have a problem with the lights now.
Man, we've seen it before, and that's because look, we all know is that they're scared, and everybody knows that. For me, just looking at this team, I still say that it's theirs to lose. From a overall perspective, it means I believe it means more to the public as a whole, to the players as well, especially to defend it, and yeah, we back up, boys. We back up, boys. No two ways about that.
Yeah, like we've been talking about, recent weeks, saying it's all gonna come down to team selection. It's all gonna come down to the horses for courses, the guys that they pick on the day. We saw in this game, lineup came out after we recorded last week. I mean, only real surprises you would have said was Visa in, Willemse in. But I mean, looking back, those were good selections. So they've proved so far that those selections, and I think Trev for Koch was the other one that you weren't necessarily expecting, and all three of them, they've turned out to be good selections. So in terms of that selection and getting it right, they've got it right so far.
So far, good start, and that's all we want. Good start, and at the end of the day, look, we can look at it all we want in terms of the previous game. The thing that matters the most is the win. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Is that yes, Scotland did pose some challenges for them. They did ask certain questions, but they came up with answers. They're able to show that we've got our systems were tested here and there. They showed we've got. And guys stepped up, guys did well, scrambling defense as well, So it's not a perfect game, but a good start at the end of the day,
But it goes to what you're saying with it's all about the win, because typically we would have seen them go for line. They were going for poles. This match at halftime, it was 6-3 to the Boks, but in playing, it was nowhere close to 6-3.
Yeah. It was,
but I mean, we were fully in control, and I think it was one of those things of, let's just, it's test rugby. That old saying of it's test rugby.
Yes, and say, okay, let's not, let's not go overboard with this, you know, and just and also you must remember it's also energy conservation in a way, you know. It's only the first game, you know. If you can be efficient in it, obtaining the victory, be efficient, you know, in getting the points and you get out of the. We saw that in other games, which we know we'll touch on, but that's the crux is that W, you know. Yes, we got the W. And yes, we got answers from certain players, from most of the players. You know, there's certain aspects that they're still going to get better at, you know, as we go along. So, yeah, that's all I can say is that these guys are coming, and basically, like I've been saying, they're going to get to that point where they're going to put in that where they're just going to get to the point where everybody's in the same zone, where it's just bastardry going on. These guys are just ruthless, you know, because it's there. You know,
we were close. To be honest, we were close. In terms of if you have to look at it as an overall performance, I believe there were first game jitters in terms of execution not being 100%. Execution in terms of guys, less experienced guys like Visa. He let you know, like a pass going. Jalendi had that knock, and it looked like it was his fault, but it was Visa's fault. You know, he passed too far ahead of him. So when I say execution, I mean like Sia did the same set move to Arinsa, but he got it right. So you know, those things I say in terms of execution. Other things, our restarts are better, not 100%, but they're better.
Not 100%, yes.
The high ball, we're contesting better. So again, it's better, but it's not 100%. So in terms of overall, I have to say, again, it's going to be that thing of nitpicking, but defensive structure is perfect. You know, even it put us in that position to scramble and do well. We cut them off. And it was that thing that we always talk about where you're daring them to make that extra pass. You're daring them to, and Scotland just didn't have a player that could do it.
Yeah. And when they tried, you know, it was disrupted. To make that pass, because I think from a defensive point of view, everybody's on the same page in terms of how they want to shut teams down, you know. And you know, look, it's hard work all around, and that's all that we want, you know. For me, I don't have any sort of qualms. I think everybody put their hands up, man, you know, and it's just they gotta keep on building onto this. You know, because in the pool, we all know Ireland is the really, really big one. You know, and they're going to come with a multi-phase sort of attack at them. You know, just as how they play and try and move that ball around, make the defenders make a decision on where the ball is going in terms of how they play. They seem to have that extra runner, you know. So it'll be, so it's just building on, you know, from a defensive point of view. Say next game, you know, keep the same structure. We shut teams out. No points scored against us shall prosper, you know. And
but Kriel must watch out. He got caught out once or twice. He got caught on an island there. Finn Russell, the one time he tried to thread it, but I think Colby intercepted. Another time, there were 1 or 2 times where Kriel, he must just watch out there.
But they got each other's back. That's what you see from a defensive point of view. You know, it is that. But that's the thing that I've been concerned about, is that at that 13 channel is, you know, the wrong read. It's tickets and the right kind of team that gets it right on the day. You know, you meet a France, you meet an Ireland. You know, they can put those opportunities away and make it hurt more. You know, but look, for now, it's something that it's been identified. Definitely, they'll fix it. You know, it's just Libbok must just fix his goal kicking as well. You know, because people even in the taxi, they talk about, you know, they say he missed his kicks. You know, so you know, it's just that little concern. But the thing is,
it's like
when you've got money ball, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's like everybody else, you know, like exactly like what you say, you know, is it what Sia said? But when you've got money ball, come on.
That's the thing. Sia, like Sia said, you know, we work together. Where one guy drops off, another guy will pick up. So when Faf did start kicking, I think he got one, he missed the other one. The other one was close. I'm happy to keep Faf going there, or I'm happy to even keep Lobok until he starts missing, and then you have to switch in that situation. It's not the way that Sia feels is the way that I feel.
Yeah, look, I mean, the thing is, it's just I think it's also the thing, when people see the England game and see what George Ford is doing, with these drop kicks, accuracy of the play or of the tee. I think you start feeling that knockout rugby, like say, okay, this is, if it does come down to the wire, do we have this particular weapon, or will this weapon be calibrated correctly? I think maybe that's really where the concern comes from, because we know it's going to be tight. There will be some games that will be tight, let's be honest about it. But like they said, they've got a system. They know what they're doing. They're in there, and we just gotta keep on backing Moneyball. They've given him the keys. They've let him drive. He's driven it into the World Cup. Now they just got to keep it going. I'm happy for him.
My bigger concern, even over the goal kicking, is that moment that Creel had, the collision, man and ball, head-to-head contact, similar to the one in the England game where he got a red card. So to me, that's more. And I even spoke about it last week, and I said it would be Visser that did it, but it was Creel that did it. So this is my only concern, in that they're going to be looking for those moments in the game. We were lucky; it just can't happen again, because now we've already got one strike. The next referee that takes a game, he sees that, he's like, "Hey, the last guy got heat for not giving it, so maybe I must just give it."
True. And we know there's some dubious decisions are coming, so that's the thing. We need to, I still emphasize, the focus still also needs to be just keeping the refs out of our business, as best as we can, and let the play do the talking, But overall, nothing really. It's the first game, It's good.
But let's dive deeper. Let's dive deeper. Let's talk individual performances, and I'll start with Damian Dialendi. Dialendi's he's getting the Creel treatment, and I know
I'm defending him today.
I'm on the same page as you, because I'm also defending him. I'm also defending him. I'll just say it's been in the works, but now you're also switching sides, because last week you were saying that, okay, no, Esterhuizen, you're leaning more towards Esterhuizen. But I feel like Dialendi is getting that same treatment that Creel got. Yes, Esterhuizen, he's got the hands of a surgeon. He can put in those nice passes. I think his game looks better. He's running over guys. But Dialendi, he did a lot of tidying up on the weekend. A lot of tidying up. Made a lot of meters. And primarily making meters is what you're there to do. Yes. So, like, in every single time, I mean, even the which try was it? The Peter Steph Detroit try. It was Dialendi was involved like 4 times, and Visser was involved like 3-4 times in like the 2-minute build-up before that try. And these are the things that you don't see when you're calling for Esterhuizen. Yes, he got tackled into touch. Yes, he knocked on the ball. Yes, sometimes he looks like he's a bit pup, but the meters speak for themselves.
To give him that, but don't forget, Quarters. I also said it's good for him in terms of competition, in terms of now he's got an answer, and he's giving us the answers, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I can defend him, because he's giving out the answers in terms of that solidity that he's bringing there at 12. So I think he still got that one more in him. There's another gear or two in him, and he'll get there. I believe he'll get there,
But for me, it's like I can't.
Still looking out for my man Estes and there to say, when you get your shot, make it hard.
I get you, but the thing is, Dialendi, he's showing up on defense. He's showing up. A lot of the pressure was from him. A lot of the pressure was from him and Mostert. You know, he's showing up on defense. He's showing up on attack. It's not like a Creel situation. Because, I mean, if we're being honest, even in this game, what did Creel do in an attacking fashion? It's the same as always. But it's just something that we've grown used to. And they're not calling for his head so much because we know Moody is already injured. We know Lucanio's arm is not there. So there's no... That thing has been shifted because now there's a player that can press Dialendi.
Yeah.
There's no one that can press Creel at the moment.
You know, true, you know, but they must just leave Dialendi alone, you know. What I'm saying is that he's answered, you know. It was a big game in Scotland, yes, but he's answered, you know. He did what he needed to do, and I think most of these guys, that's what they did, you know. It was, you know, what they need to do, and I think what probably the coaching group speak about the most is that those little things that the public don't really focus on. You know, like you mentioned, you know, the involvement in the build-up to the try, you know, from Dialende, but and also he's tidying up. I think that's
massive tidy up shift. Every time you look at the ball, the ball is loose. He's there to pick up. They take a restart. He's the one that's fielding it. He's going. He's taking it into contact. He's working. So I can't fault the guy.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I think, you know, it's also that, you know, when we start to see that Bok attacking play, when we saw that against Australia and the Rugby Championship, and then we saw it a bit more against New Zealand. You know, he said, okay, you know, now you want to see the other guy do the same thing, you know. And again, I think it just goes down to that horses for courses as well. But yeah, he did. I think he did enough. You know, he did enough. He answered the questions to say, look, he's the starting 12, and this is why.
Yeah, other performances, another guy who I think goes a bit under the radar, Mostert. You know, there were talks, you know, everyone wanted Jean-Luc, he wanted to replace him, but like in this game, charge downs, he kept pressing the fly half. He was, you know, he's that universal soldier. He's that guy, you know, you need him there.
You do, you know, and the thing is, I think is that probably nobody else is putting pressure on him like that in terms of work rate, you know, like the work that he gets through, you know. And you also mentioned it on previous episodes, just how, you know, his involvement in pattern play, and he you know, in setting that pattern as well, you know, and also, you know, whenever there's those loose balls, especially in and around the pack, you know, he's also been the one to sort of tidy up those messy sort of situations, you know. And even though he's not making, you know, you know, those massive beaters per carry, but he's still securing the possession. You know, he's doing what he needs to do. He's doing his job and a bit more, you know.
Yeah, you've got other guys for that. You've got RG to do that. You've got Peter Steph to do that. So like you said, where one guy drops off, someone else picks up. But I thought even Visa, I thought he had a great game, lots of carries, lots of involvement.
I was pleased with that, with Visa's, you know, stepping up, because he'd been a bit quiet, you know, in terms of performance-wise. When you look at the stints that he got in the championship, you know, it almost looked like he wasn't really synced in. Now he's looking, you know. And I mean, if you look, that was, you know, his pass assist there to for that money ball, you know. So, you know, and even with that counter, actually, you know, when you look at
he was involved in that whole thing.
Even with that counter, actually, you know, so you know, it's good to see, because now it means, you know, everybody's carrying the can, you know. So, like we say, you know, it's the riches, and the riches, you know, once they're bubbling under, and it just looks like pressure situations are good, you know, for us, when we know that, look, you know, everybody's coming for us.
Especially defensive. I think the most impressive thing for me was defensively, that pattern play. At times we were playing them half field. They were trapped in their own half. They were kicking it too deep. If you kick it too deep, you don't put pressure on Willemse. Willemse is just going to bring the ball up, beat the first man, and then we start all over again. So they were trapped. I mean, even if you heard commentary, that they were saying Scotland, they're standing up to them physically, they're smashing them in the tackle.
They tried. Look, they tried. They had, that's what I'm saying, they had their moments here and there where they tested them. You know, it was an international. but
yeah,
the superior team came out on top. Eventually, it was the right result.
yeah,
And I don't believe. I know I'm gonna go out and say this and say I don't believe there's any team right now, that, especially tier one, that can live with the pack of the Springboks. No, I don't think so.
You're sounding like me last week. I think
No, I don't
this
think
week
so.
I'm taking a bit of a measured approach. It was
I
good.
don't think
It was
so.
good. I think also the biggest compliment that I saw on socials this week was they're accusing us of slowing down the ball, like how New Zealand slowed down the ball. And when you
Mm-hmm.
start to see that, I think that's the biggest compliment. I think the forwards are
Yeah.
really getting stuck in there and they're making it hard. They're making it hard for other teams to play.
And that's what we've been calling for, to say, it's got to be, if you want this thing, you better take it. We're not going to give it to you. There's nothing for that we're just going to give away. And they shouldn't. They really shouldn't.
Yeah.
This team, all I'm saying is that it's an opportunity, It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity here. Other guys, they're crying. Their economy is crashing. This is an opportunity for us.
Yeah, other just last takeaways from the game. Etzebeth obviously injured. We'll miss him. It seems like it's only a week off, so just hopefully he can get better there. Yeah, we got guys though. I mean, even speaking about guys, you saw Williams coming off the bench showing the value there.
We got guys, man. We got guys. Like, we back our guys. We've got guys to get us the wins. That's all we need is win. How? By hook or by crook, Chief?
Yeah, but saying that, we do expect, what is it, next week, Sunday, I think the game's around 3. There is gonna be wholesale changes. But to be honest, I didn't even prepare a predicted lineup because it doesn't matter. If you lose 80, what is it, 80, 82, 5 or then now even me, it's wasting my time making a prediction about lineups and things because it doesn't matter who's gonna play.
No, look, it's going to be a workout, and the ones that need the workout will get the workout. And the sort of the starting guys for Ireland, they'll probably, maybe some of them will get like just a little bit of sharpness. We don't know, but unless lightning for hell freezes over, we should.
Nah, they can have me in the 10 channel. We'll still win that game. It doesn't even matter. If we're being honest, it doesn't matter. The only thing is, what's going to happen is that they're going to play Esterhazen. He's going to have a storm of a game. And then they're going to put the pressure back on Dialendi when it's not the same level of competition. So I see this thing continuing to snowball. Yeah.
Okay, but you see, the thing is, the Esterhazen one was on the back of the All Blacks, so let's not All Blacks, and also, okay, let's not count Australia, never mind. But okay, even Australia, but still,
No, you can count them still. You can count them still. So yeah, okay, I will give you that. I will give you that.
It was just off, but again, it was at the same time. I think. Anybody, okay, not anybody, but either one of them could have been playing there at 12 that night, and they would have done well. The way that, we were just too immense,
Yeah.
So, look, doesn't matter who they select, whoever's playing, we back them. That's all that we got to do, we'll point out concerns, but yeah, this is just, giving support.
Any closing remarks from you, Chris, or any other comments about the Rugby World Cup so far?
Like I said, this is an opportunity for the Boks, dare I say, the others, the economy is going to keep on tanking, and we have a chance. But we mustn't also discount the other side of the draw, because you see England and their desperation, and how they also just doing whatever it takes, and mind you, they've been at the last dance, so that can help them as well, so there'll be some good things to notice there with them, just to be careful there. But Boks all the way, man.
Yeah,
Boks all
games
the
this
way. It's theirs
weekend.
to lose.
It is really. Games this weekend, Ireland, Tonga. I guess we'll see Ireland with more of an opposition. Australia versus Fiji. Fiji who were robbed, so
Fiji's
they're
gonna
want to
beat them.
get back. Yeah,
Fiji's
I'm
gonna beat
thinking.
them. Fiji's gonna beat them. And I hope Tonga does something to Ireland. Maybe physically, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's it from us. You know, that's it from us. That's it from me. Eben Beth, pay me and Willemse. That's it. That's it from us. Dummy Switch Pod. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for listening.